Alright, hey guys, back again with another breakdown. I wanted to talk today about support duos. So, over history, we've had a bunch of different support duos, and it's kind of like been synonymous where it's like during a meta, there's one support always played with another. And so I kind of wanted to talk about them. It's not going to include everyone because before there was like Lucio Mercy, because it was like Lucio Zen Mercy were the only support heroes in the game. So I'll talk about the pretty dominant metas where it was first Lucio Anna, where it was pretty dominant because there was, of course, the Reaper meta where you Beyblade onto people. Nano Reaper was really hard to counter. Then, of course, there was the following meta where it was 3 tank Soldier with Lucio Anna. And again, it was you can nano the Rhine, he'll do so much damage. You can nano the Soldier. It's really hard to counter Nano Visor unless you have beat or unless you have really good positioning where you can use the Rhine or Diva to eat up most of the Matrix. So at that time it was really strong because it kind of gave you everything. So Anna was really strong in the fact that she had the really broken nade, so it was like 100% additional healing, wasn't the 50% it is now. And then the anti was super strong for engaging. You could speed boost onto teams. It was a lot of rotating together. Hog was flanking a bit. Soldier was really good at protecting his Anna. So it was a lot of just, it made sense at the time why it was so much stronger because Anna just took over Mercy's role and she just became the dominant hero because of everything she could do. She also had the increased damage at the time, so it was really hard to counter. We move into a meta where dive starts to become more prevalent and people figure Anna isn't as useful anymore because she keeps getting dove. She isn't able to heal things in the background, and people figure if we just discord a target and we have everyone on our team dive onto it, then it's going to die very quickly and it's going to be really hard to keep alive. People figured out that's actually not technically the best, but I think at the time that made the most sense where Anna wasn't getting the same value because Monkey and Diva were jumping on her, eating all of her shots, and she wasn't able to do anything. Where Zen could technically be alive for the same amount of time, but he could have heal orb on someone, he could be line of sighting, he could put discord on someone, he could have more value than Anna could, even though he wasn't staying alive as long. And then it also gave the opportunity to have two defensive ults where you could build up trance and then just use it super aggressively, and then your team would just be able to run in. And if they just had Lucio Zen, or if they had Lucio Anna, that wouldn't be as strong because you could just engage with your trance every time, get their beat out, and then the next fight you'd have beat where they don't have beat. You can just win fights like that. So people figured out that's actually not the strongest thing, and I think we became into a meta where it was like all about mid-maxing, and Mercy Zen became meta. Mercy Zen was about you get a lot of long range single target healing, so it was really hard to burst targets down. You could sit in the back, and actually Zen wouldn't die to some things, so like a solo Tracer, a solo Monkey, sometimes solo Diva, like actually couldn't kill him because Mercy was so strong at single pocketing that you could have Zen standing in the back line and someone would jump on him and Mercy could pocket him through anything. So it forced teams to have more coordination, and then once Zen and Mercy stood further back, then would force teams to play even more aggressively, and you could have this bait game where if they dove too aggressively, then you could like matrix a lot of their damage, heal the Zen, he wasn't going to die. The person who was discorded on the other team would then start to melt, and then you would eventually just win a fight through that. So it became a big meta of as well. Mercy's Valk was insanely strong, so you could pop Valk, and it was like a pseudo Lucio ult, but you could also fly with the team, and so you could be with them, sustaining them for the majority of the fight. The reses were insane, so Mercy was like a must pick, and then Zen's always been kind of meta since people figured out how much Discord can do and how much damage he can do as a hero, so Zen's remained like a staple in the meta for a really long time now. We move now into Zen Anna. It's kind of half and half. People are still trying to figure out if Zen Anna can work for them. Some teams don't have the main support that can play Anna, so it doesn't work for them, so they play some Lucio Anna, but I think at the highest level, Zen Anna will and is kind of the meta right now, where it's the most skill-oriented team comp of supports, where all the other ones it was one doesn't have to aim and one doesn't have to be as aggressive as the others. And the other two metas, Lucio was more of a peeler and he didn't have to go assassin. And then Mercy was the main support for a while, where she was playing super defensively, super protective. Sometimes she wouldn't do any damage in a game. So we move into this meta where your main support has to be able to aim. It's really long range, so sometimes people try to play this comp like the Lucio Zen or Lucio Anna or whatever comp, and it doesn't work that way. It has to play much differently because it doesn't have that same help for one another. if Anna and Zen are having to commit to heal each other, they are basically committing to not healing anyone else. Whereas before, Anna could throw Nate on the ground, heal both of them as Lucio was amp healing, and they could focus on walking up and healing others. Lucio Zen could leave orb on someone. Lucio could be playing that middle ground where he'd be healing some of his tanks or his front line and then healing his back line. Zen Mercy. Zen could always have orb on someone else, or he could have orb on Mercy, and Mercy would be playing forward. So this, yes, you can, but the damage you put on them is much more effective. So they don't want to be peeling for each other. They want to be always looking far forward into the team, playing as far back as possible. So it's very important for these Zen Anna to not take any poke damage. It's important for you, if you're playing with that, to have your tanks playing forward, taking a lot of damage, but just absorbing all the people on their team, focusing you so that they won't take any damage. It's very fragile, but it also enables some like very strong combos, like nanoing a monkey, a Genji, and then discording something. It's gonna die. It's really hard to keep it alive, like nano blading and then putting a discord on something. It's going to get one shot. If you put a discord on a squishy and then you jump a nano monkey on it, even like through trance sometimes, like if an anti hits or anything else hits, if you like DPS coordinate, so like monkey and like a sombra hit it, sometimes you can kill through trance, and it's insane the amount of damage you can actually do with that composition. So it's just a bit of a breakdown of some of them. I want to go more in depth on the current meta of actually like what is good right now, but I'll save that for a little bit later.